What if your entire life was an illusion, a lie, a shadow, something you can see the truly difference between something that is real and not a lie? That's a question that may centers or focus the entire film, The Truman Show, where a massive illusion is controlling our protagonist and even making him think about what is real or what is a script. With that, The Truman Show is a movie that was directed by Peter Weir. The film follows our protagonist that his name is Truman Bergman, a man who has passed his entire life since childhood in see a heaven that is a dome, or more likely say it, a television set, because his family, his friends, and even the sky are scripted illusions with enough credibility to be true during his childhood, teenage, and majority of his adult life, until he noticed some inconsistency, because the search of truth in Truman's life becomes an entire journey of full of philosophical questions about reality, knowledge, and identity. With that, I am stating that my thesis is that the Truman Show uses his awakening to explore the tension between comfortable ignorance and painful truth, reflecting the ideas of Plato's, Descartes, and Badriga. And I'm going to begin with Plato's cave and Truman's ignorance. At the beginning of the film, we see the routine of Truman and his perfect town. His fear looks reflects Plato's allegory of the cave, because Plato describes that prisoners who think that shadows on a wall are the true world because they didn't see something else about those shadows. Because a world, sea heaven represents this cave. His sunny skies and smiling neighborhoods are shadows meant to distract Truman. But when a stage like labeled serious falls from the sky, the illusion breaks, and then Truman's suspicious and doubts grow, reflecting the painful journey that he will take to see the truth. As the prisoners in Plato's allegory, every pattern that he sees, like the car loop, the radio that tracks his movement, makes him realize the cruel and painful truth. But Platos will say that living the game requires courage, and Truman's decision to escape from sea heaven is his act of philosophical bravery, or more likely say, his moment of truly free will, where he prefers the truth over the lie of the comfort. Then I'm going with Descartes, with the doubt of reality. The Truman's world reflects Descartes and with the idea of radical doubt in meditations on first philosophy, because Descartes suggests an evil demon deceiving his sense, but Truman's demon is Christoph, the creator of the show, who manipulates the weather, every person in the set, and edits or even like he's washing his mind with new memories. Descartes argues that the real knowledge begins when we start to doubt everything. And Truman shows this when he begins to test his entire world by driving through locked roads, questioning his wife, and escaping surveillance. But Truman goes further than that because instead of fighting surgically through thinking, he fighting he finds it with action. During his escape from Sea Heaven, he learns that knowledge is earned by true effort and the cost of losing what is comfortable. And truth in life, touching the painted sky, is his moment where the illusion ends. But everything is perfect right here. And then until I see Baudrillard and the illusion of escape. Because Baudrillard, thou or might be doubt that humans don't have a true escape, and maybe he argues that, or well, he argues that we live in a hyper-real world where image replace reality by itself, and see heaven is a perfect simulation, and even Truman's escape becomes part of another spectacle, another cycle where there's another people to see how he escapes to entertain them. But from Adriel's view, Truman's freedom might be still an illusion. The only difference might be how it's framed. Furthermore, or continuing, the only difference between that is that the film resists cynicism and more realism when Truman says, "In case I don't see ya, good afternoon, good evening, and good night." His whole catchphrase becomes an act of rebellion. In choosing truth, he transforms some words that were scripted to him into an act of self identity, showing this is mine, this is who I am. But then there's some implications where the story matters because reflects us, where we have our world saturated with lies, illusions, and media that surround us to shape what we believe, we look, and what we judge, or even our mindset. Like Truman, we must decide whether to stay comfortable or confront what's the reality. Plato and Descartes remind us that questioning reality is risky, but is necessary for begin or to have the truth. Then Baudrillard warns that escaping illusion may never be complete, but still this film insists that meaning exists in the act of keeping us trying to control or lie to us. Like the final step of Truman's through the exit door is the sunlight or version of Plato's climb into the sunlight is a live throughout the authentic freedom. So, in conclusion, Truman's awakening shows ancient philosophy in life. His journey from ignorance to knowledge reflects humanity's oldest challenge, that is, to see beyond the shadows and claim our own reality. In a world of endless simulations, Truman's courage reminds us of what